Welcome to the Braids Threads Connecting Legacies podcast, where artists Monica Jahan, Bose, and Autumn Spears have intergenerational dialogue about culture, heritage, and art.
Good morning, Autumn.
Hello, good morning.
Thank you for coming all the way over to my studio.
Yes.
I guess we did the last two in your studio.
Yes, I'm like, it's my turn.
So our show is now up. Very exciting. Braids and Threads at Washington Project for the Arts. And this is conversation 3, and we want to talk about food. And I noticed that you have this big jacket up in the gallery, which is hanging on a bamboo pole, and it's made up of all these crocheted squares and little wood panels that kind of look like square ones of this, right? Remember I got these from your studio, right? They're square ones. And then you're adding drawings to it. And I saw you're working on a cast iron skillet.
Mm-hmm.
Can you tell us where that imagery comes from?
Yeah, so all of the images that will be on this crocheted jacket are images that remind me of like different women in my family, whether it's my grandma or either grandmothers, my mom, aunt. But that image specifically is like an item or an object that I associate with my mom in her presence. I would say she has always been the primary caretaker of like me and my sister. And cooking a lot is something that she did. Like that was just a role she assumed in our family. But that cast iron skillet, I believe, was given to her by my grandmother.
Oh my gosh.
So it's something that I would say is generational, like passed down from her mom to her.
Wow.
But I would say it's just a cultural object that lots of people in my family have.
Huh.
And probably lots of families, specifically black families, have.
So your Aunt Heavenly had one too?
Mm-hmm. Like, honestly, I think if you go to any one of my family members' houses, you will find a cast iron skillet. Some of them are on the larger side. We have 2 now. We like that bigger one that my mom got from my grandmother, but somewhere along the line she got like a little small one. Like it's a handheld one because the big one is heavy.
It's heavy.
It's so heavy.
I tried to buy one the other day, and then I returned it. I was like, I can't.
It's very heavy.
I was like, I can't handle it anymore.
But that skillet is like the main thing, especially when we're cooking on our stove. That's like the main thing that we use for anything.
So what's the last thing you remember being cooked on there?
So I was making this shrimp pasta on Tuesday.
Wow.
Maybe. I know it's different because I think when people think of cast irons, obviously they can take a lot of heat, and I always think of like cornbread or something being made in a skillet. But literally,
you can do anything.
You can do anything.
Yeah.
Like I cook anything in this skillet.
So you made the pasta separately and then added it?
So I was making this what is it called? Spaghetti squash. I acquired some spaghetti squashes. I'd never had them before.
Oh, yummy.
So I made those. Those went into the oven, but like the sauce and the shrimp and everything, I put that on the stove.
So it was spaghetti squash pasta.
It was.
It wasn't real pasta. It's more healthy. That's so good.
It is. It tastes like squash. But the consistency, like you can swirl it up like noodles, but it tastes like squash.
So you made the sauce in the pan?
The skillet, yep.
How did you make it? You sauteed the shrimp first or something?
So yeah, I put like shrimp. Well, the shrimp I put in last because that cooks pretty quickly.
Yeah.
But I also put spinach and onions in it, and I was just trying to cook those down. And then I put the shrimp in, and then I added like the tomato sauce in last.
So how did it come out?
I think it was okay. Am I the best cook there is? No. I think there's certain things that...
But this sounds amazing.
Yeah, it was all right. I mean, you gotta eat, you know, and it's like
yeah.
food
Fresh
costs money,
food, fresh
so
food.
you know, even if it is nasty, I'm gonna eat it, you know.
So you bake the spaghetti squash in the oven?
Baked the spaghetti squash and then made like this shrimp sauce thing on the stove.
And put it on top. I remember making spaghetti squash a long time ago. Like when I was in college, there's this recipe.
Oh wow.
Yeah, in this vegetarian cookbook that we had. Interesting. So then what is that? Tell me about the cornbread. How do you make cornbread in a skillet? I've had it in a restaurant once in a skillet, but so it works like an oven or you have to put it in the oven?
Yeah, when I've made it in a skillet, you can do both. I think the best way is putting the entire like skillet in the oven, but I've definitely made stovetop like cornbread. I would say you prepare the mix the same way. Obviously, you grease the pan so it doesn't get stuck, but once you do that, you can choose how you would like to heat it.
Wow.
I think the last time that I did it, I might have just done it on the stove, but I've seen people do it different.
You have to cover it?
Yeah, so you put the top on it because the way that the cast iron is, I don't know all of the science around it, but it really contains like heat. So if you do use it on the stove, if you cover it, it acts essentially like an oven.
Does it come with a cover, your cast iron pot?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, because the ones I've
that
seen
you
in
have,
the
it
store,
doesn't.
I don't have one, but
Okay.
the ones I've seen, I've been trying to buy one recently, and the ones I've seen, like I saw one,
Yeah, the one that we have
doesn't have a lid.
The smaller skillet we have doesn't come with a lid, but the bigger one.
Oh, good. That's helpful.
Yeah.
Then you can like make cornbread and stuff.
Yes, and it's so heavy, but it's a good investment. Lasts a long time.
I'm gonna get a small one, maybe a little one for me.
Yeah.
And also because it doesn't have like the plastic coating, which a lot of the pots now do, and they're so bad for you. Gets in your food.
Yeah.
You know.
I didn't even think of that until recently, especially all of the pots that are advertised as non-stick. And
full of chemicals.
Yeah, it's like, okay, how does this work? There's some type of chemical or
it's
hazardous metal probably intact.
And I think cast iron actually adds iron to your food. It's supposed to be good for you. It's a little bit of iron. I mean, iron's good for you. It's like not a bad thing to have. So does it stay on the stove?
Mm-hmm.
So you clean it up a little bit, but you're not supposed to really scrub it, right?
So maybe don't follow my instructions. Depending on what is in there, and especially if it's stuck, I am cleaning the cast iron with wool. Yeah. And it has not
you've done it for years.
Yeah, this was my grandmother's cast iron. It still is functioning, and we use it. If things are stuck in there, you definitely
get it off.
Gotta clean it off. But I know there are some people who use the term like they're seasoning like their cast iron.
They just wipe it with a paper towel.
Yeah. I don't know exactly what that means or all that entails. But yeah, they don't always go through this thorough process of scrubbing and cleaning. Like you're just letting the leftover juices and the oil, I don't know, seasoning the pan for whatever you're gonna cook next. I don't actually know if that's what that means.
I think you clean it off and then you rub oil into it. I don't know. I kind of do that with one of my little iron pans. Not a cast iron, something else. And then what do you remember your mom making in it? Do you have any memories of her cooking with that when you were little?
I don't know if there were specific things that she made in it, but it was just an everyday thing.
Like eggs in the morning?
Yeah, eggs, pancakes, bacon, everything goes in there.
Wow. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I know like you were saying, other pans, people use the non-stick, the stainless steel, but the cast iron that's the go-to. We have other things, or I would say other pots or dishes that go in the oven. We used to have this other skillet pan that we used to use a lot, but the cast iron is the main one. It just sits out on the oven ready for use,
Yeah.
Not the oven, but the stove.
On stove, above the oven, above the oven. That's so cool. I love hearing that everyone has one of these in their family. So what foods do you associate with your family? Do you remember eating? I mean, I've heard about cornbread now. Is there anything else that you associate with either something you had in your home or in your aunt's home or your grandparents?
Yeah, in my like immediate family, when I'm thinking of my mom, like I said, she was the primary cook chef person in our family. Always for special like gatherings, or not always that we had at home, but like say if we were going to another family member's house, she made like this broccoli cheese casserole.
Oh.
I don't know if I'm gonna assume she just came up with this because there's no one else in my family that makes this.
I've never heard of this. It sounds
Yeah.
delicious. Well, there's
It
like broccoli
is really
cheese
good.
soup I've heard of.
Yeah, think of that, but more solid.
Yeah, yeah.
Because you know how mac and cheese can be a little more firm versus
Yeah.
like gooey Kraft or stovetop. I would say I'm not going to say it's exactly like broccoli cheddar soup, but the combination of the broccoli and
Right,
cheese.
and she puts it in the oven?
Mhm.
She put it in the oven?
So yeah, she would use cream of mushroom, like that thicker soup. She would use broccoli, cheddar cheese, and then there was like this Ritz cracker like crust on it.
Ooh.
It's so good because like you think of like pie where you have this crumbly crust, but then you have these gooey layers underneath. It's just really,
It
really
sounds
good.
delicious.
Yeah, I think she just made this
She
up,
must have made it up.
or maybe found it somewhere and just kept doing it. Because there's no one else, like I said, in my family.
Well, I remember
Who does
growing up, there were a lot of recipes people did use cream of mushroom soup. That was sort of a thing. I remember, like, yeah, I've heard of that. Like, that was like a, yeah. And there was like a chicken dish people used to make with that too. And like, that's good. Does she ever make it anymore?
So
it's been a long time.
It's definitely been a while because that was just mostly what she would make.
To
as
go
like,
take
yeah,
somewhere.
to take somewhere. Like, oh, this is our contribution to this
Right.
food gathering. And I remember we used to always be like, why don't you just make this regularly?
For me, because
at
I
home,
like it.
You know? Why is it we only eat this? Like, we're going on our best presentation to show our fruits of our labor to other people.
But people liked it, right?
Yeah, people always liked it. And it's
Oh.
like, oh, okay, can you bring this, you know?
Wow.
That was her specialty. And yeah, she taught me and my sister how to make it. I remember when I was in college, I think this was my senior year, I took a food history class as, I don't remember what course or subject that it would fall under, because you know, I have to take your math, your sciences. It wasn't an elective class, but it was something else. And one of the assignments we had to bring in food or make some type of family recipe. So it was interesting because when I was in college taking this class, I did not have an oven in my dorm.
Yeah.
So it was interesting making it. And
So you had the recipe? Did you call your mom and get the recipe again?
well, she taught me. So like
you
I
already
remember, yeah.
Oh.
And it's not one of the things where you have to have specific measurements. I
Right.
find that a lot of people,
Yeah.
especially like when you've been cooking for a long time,
You don't measure.
you know, you just go off of intuition, or you just look like, oh, okay, that's enough, or add like a pinch more, you know.
Yeah.
So I knew the ingredients, and I could tell by like the consistency, okay, this is enough, or maybe I need to add more. But when I took that food history class, that was what I made for my class.
Oh.
And yeah, we had to talk about like, where does it come from, and let people taste it. Why are people eating a casserole at like 9 o'clock in the morning? I don't know. But that's what my class was.
That's what the class was, yeah.
Yeah. So that's something I think of with my mom.
Wow.
With my aunt, growing up, we used to go over to her house, I want to say every Sunday after church.
Right.
And she would always be cooking. She is definitely like a big rice person.
Huh.
So rice is something, like, especially I love rice.
Me too.
And it's the consistency. Because I've had mushy and crunchy rice that it's like, okay, this was not cooked, but then something was overcooked. She used to always make rice, specifically jasmine rice.
Oh,
That was
that's
like-
what I make.
Yeah, that was her favorite.
This is Aunt Heavenly
Mhm.
who taught you to crochet?
Yes, but she's also just obsessed with Asian
You
culture
told me this.
as
yeah.
a whole.
Huh.
But I would say specifically, like, she loves watching the Korean dramas, or like the period pieces of like the dynasties and the kingdoms and these made up affairs and things with the emperor. And trying to teach herself Korean from watching these shows.
Really? That's amazing.
But yeah, she's obsessed with those types of things. And she loved jasmine rice. So that was like a staple that we will always have if we eat dinner.
That's what we eat every day.
Yeah.
That's too funny.
Yeah. So I would say rice and...
Did she have a rice cooker or she would make it on the stove?
So she would make it on the stove or like in her microwave.
Okay, yeah.
Which...
You can make it on anything.
Yeah.
I know people who make it in their Instapot.
Yeah, because they have those now. She never had those. I need to see what she's doing. Yeah, because it was always perfect. Like, my mom cannot make rice. And even sometimes I cannot. Yeah.
Yeah, you
have to. We have a rice cooker, and it's like, how is it getting mushy? How is it crunchy? You know? Or it's like both. This weird combination of both.
It's funny. Sometimes it depends on the rice you're putting in. I have that problem sometimes too. Like, you know, you're measuring, but it can be, sometimes I have to adjust depending on if I've got a new brand of jasmine rice. It'll come out crunchy, then the next time I'm like, okay, I have to add a little bit more water.
Yeah.
So it's not even a perfect,
it's a science.
It depends on the rice. Like I always get the big bags, so I figure it out after the first couple of times.
I got you.
So you grew up eating rice at her house. Wow.
That, and I would say...
What does she have with rice?
Yeah, so we would always have, I want to say, some type of like beans or something going over it.
That's good.
This is like food.
Because that's a complete protein. Like beans and rice is a perfect food.
But I want to say that exists in a lot of cultures.
Yeah.
I know always around New Year's we used to go to her house, and her house was the hub for all of the family to come through or pass through at some point. And so black eyed peas is definitely something that we would
New Year's Day,
on top. Like, that was something we ate always, like, traditionally around New Year's. But I would say she was one of those people that just regularly made that at her house. Like, if you go to her house on any given Sunday that we're there, there's probably, like, black eyed peas and rice. Maybe she has, like, collard greens or something. And, like, fried fish.
Wow.
Or something, or fried something. Yeah, we would go to her house like faithfully. I want to say every Sunday during middle school to high school. Sunday was like a full day. Like, we're at church all day, and then when we leave church, we go to her house,
and it's lunch, late lunch, early dinner kind of.
Yeah, it would mostly be like dinner. But Sunday is like that day where, okay, like, school is tomorrow. I have to go home and do my homework. I have to go and wash clothes.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's 8 o'clock and we're just leaving her house, you know?
Because you're having so much fun.
Yeah. Or we would watch movies all of the time. Yeah. So that's like black eyed peas, rice, collard greens. Those are things that I associate with.
Did you ever watch her cooking, or she was already done cooking? When you
got
there, it was already
by
done.
the time we got there, it was already done.
So she'd make the black eyed peas in like a big pot. Not
I would say that would be a smaller pot. She would have like a giant tub of rice that was already made, and like a big pot of collard greens already made.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. And then I remember you saying that your mom used to get these huge cans of collard greens.
Yes.
Like,
what was the brand?
That still exist?
I want to say it does.
Really?
I don't know. I'm going to say it does, because my mom used to buy giant cans of collard greens, giant cans of like green beans.
Yeah.
And then just cook those and add your own flavor to them. But the brand was called, I want to say it was called Morning Glory.
Oh.
Or something with glory in it. Oh. I know the can. I can see it in my head.
Really?
But they do still sell cans of that. Yeah. She's cooked collard greens. I remember her
takes a long time to cook it, so yeah.
Once. Or maybe twice. Because I remember helping her like wash off the greens. And there were like definitely little bugs like hidden in them. And then it's like, oh, okay, you just see them floating in like the water. She had me washing them off in like water and vinegar or something in the sink.
So these were fresh collards.
They were fresh. I have no clue where she got them from. Because that's one of the things, like, if you get like fresh strawberries and then you soak them to clean them, and then you see these little dirt particles or little bugs coming out, I was like, oh my gosh, like, because I think also, sorry, I need to finish my thought. It was strange to me because I'd never seen that, but I think also having that early experience with her where it's like, we have these fresh greens that we're preparing versus you just taking them out of the can. It was interesting because I had never, at least at that point, seen, oh, what does this look like before it's already made?
And you'd always had it out of a can.
And we'd always had it out of a can.
It's completely different. It's like it's kind of brownish.
Yes.
It's a whole different look. Yeah,
because, even when I was in high school, some friends, they were older than me. They were like older sisters to like me and my sister. We would go over their house maybe for like the week or weekend, and they were really into gardening. Like, even though they lived in an apartment, they gardened in their apartment. But I remember them taking us to whatever type of farm it was, and you could pick your own spinach, strawberries, raspberries, and we were there picking spinach, and I had always just seen spinach made. I had never just seen it like as a leaf.
It's an experience, right?
And it's like, oh, okay, like just noticing this disconnection between when we did that. I was maybe in middle school or something.
Okay.
Maybe middle school or early high school. But I had never seen those things because when you go to the grocery store, it's just already there. Yeah. You know, or if you're buying it frozen or in a can, it's just already like that. Yeah. So you don't see what it looks like in its natural state, and you just don't know where it comes from or how it's acquired, you know?
No, it's true. I've seen like kids for the first time, they see like a chicken. They're like, what?
That's what we eat. It is. That farm to table disconnect. Yeah. Or farm to grocery store disconnect. Yeah.
So then the collard greens are you chop them up, right?
Because they're huge. At least I remember.
They're huge, and they're stalks, thick stalks.
Yes, and then we were ripping them. I think we just ripped them.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
And you don't use the stalks? Not so much. Not the thick ones.
Yeah, I would say sometimes you can. I've had stalks where it's like, okay, the collard greens were already prepared and they were in there. Yeah. But when I was helping my mom, I'm not sure if we kept them.
The really thick ones.
Yeah, I remember just tearing the leaf off.
And then she put them in a big pot. Mm-hmm. Or you have some people do it in a crock pot, I've heard.
Crock pots
sounds like a good idea for collards, right?
Yeah, I think if you have patience, you have time, like you're doing this the day before and you just leave it on and you go to work and come back, sure. If you're trying to eat dinner that day, no.
Not on a crock pot.
Not on a crock pot. Like, get some type of pressure cooker or something, you know?
Yeah. Because I guess because that's a slow cooker.
Yeah.
Oh, so you could do it in an Instapot. Well, I learned there's this Brazilian restaurant near us. I don't know how to make collards. Mm-hmm. And there's a Brazilian restaurant nearby. And the Brazilians do it a very different way. They shred it into really tiny, they roll it.
And then shred it. Okay.
With a knife, the thin strips, and then they saute it with garlic and chili flakes. And that sounds good. It's very quick. It's good. Yeah. It's very quick, but it's a lot of labor doing that cutting. Yeah. But then it cooks in like 15 minutes.
Exactly.
Because it's like quick saute, so it's not like
you're leaving it in liquid to boil and steep. And
I like
the flavor is there. Yeah.
I like all kinds of collard. I've heard, and those are made with like ham hocks usually, right? But I've heard there's some vegan options. Yeah. Peanut butter or something. I don't know.
Okay, I don't know about peanut butter. But, yes. People use peanut butter for, like, peanut butter sauces, I know, are, like, a big thing in African culture.
Yes, right?
I am not personally a fan of, like...
So much peanut.
Because even growing up, I used to eat peanut butter and jelly sandwiches every day for lunch. But I always wanted more jelly than peanut butter. Right. Because it's just...
The consistency.
But also, like, the flavor is just...
Not your thing.
It's a lot. So I'm like, there's a sauce? That's a lot.
Yeah. I don't know. I've never tried it that way, but I've heard about it.
Yeah.
So,
peanut butter and collard greens.
Peanut butter and collard, I never heard of that. Well, I wanted to ask you about, in one of your conversations, you said your mother was talking about family recipes. Did she talk about family recipes? Do you remember actually talking about them?
Not really, I remember when I think about her mom, or even like my other grandmother, because my family, like when my parents got together, I would say our families from both sides were very joined.
That's so cute.
I know sometimes, or even I guess in modern culture, it could be different. But like my grandmothers knew each other. They were always at each other's houses.
Wow.
My
Because
aunts
they're
and
all from
uncles,
DC area.
all
Yeah.
from DC area. But I think,
They also liked each other.
yeah,
It
and
was
I just
good
think
synergy.
culturally it might have been just a different period. Because you know now it's like, oh, the in-laws, they're weird, and like my family don't really like them, but legally we're all family because of marriage. Yeah, when my parents were dating and then eventually when they got married, I would say our families were very interconnected.
That's so nice.
So much so that my aunt on my mom's side, I was telling somebody this not too long ago, because my grandma, who was my father's mother, she used to be like a really good cook as well. My mom would always talk about that. I don't remember specific things that she was really good at, but my mom said she could really cook. And also she really loved like interior design.
Oh.
And so my grandmother, she got remarried, her health declined, and so things just kind of went where they went. But she used to, I feel like maybe I was telling you this.
The fish tank.
The fish,
This is the one with the fish tank. Oh.
She had, oh my goodness, like I wish I just took a picture of
that
it because
fish tank.
it looks like, well, it was a coffee table.
Oh, right.
It was a coffee
with
table.
a built-in fish tank.
With a built-in like fish tank waterfall system. And like that went to my aunt on my mom's side of the family. Like this is not
heavenly.
No, this is my
Another
aunt.
aunt.
Yeah, my aunt Pat.
Even they're from different sides.
Yes.
That's so cool.
It's like, oh, okay, like that's how close they were. Then I'm like, oh, like you're not this woman's daughter, but you inherited
That's
this
so
very like intricate sculptural home item. But you're not this woman's daughter, you know?
Right.
Just to say like how
close
meshed
they
and
were.
how close the families were.
Yeah.
But I don't think my mom knew specific recipes that were passed down. I know that my grandmother, who was her mom, she made like these burgers or some type of like meat patties that my grandmother's maiden name, no, it was not her maiden name. What is it called when it's just your married name?
You married me.
Okay, her married name is Harvey.
Harvey. Okay. So your mom was a Harvey when she was born.
Yeah, she was a Harvey when she was born. And so she just calls them Harvey burgers.
Harvey burgers? Have you ever had one?
My mom has tried to make them, but I never had them from my grandmother, so I don't know what the taste was.
But your mom
But I know what the
them?
look is.
Oh, it's big.
Because they're just like these very... When most people think of burgers, it's this circular but flat piece of meat.
Yeah.
No, these are like... I don't want to say hockey pucks, but like... They're very thick and round.
Oh.
Like they don't lay flat.
Kind of like a meatball. Big meatball.
Yes, like a big meatball, but it's like squished a little to make it like a oval maybe.
Yeah.
Instead of it being super round. But I remember she would talk about that a lot, that my grandmother made those. The Harvey burger.
You may have to put one on your jacket. The Harvey
Honestly,
burger.
I was thinking about it. I was definitely thinking about it. But I feel like if people see this, they're just like, is that a meatball? Like, what is this brown?
Did she put it on
like,
a bun?
Greasy?
Did it go on a bun?
She would serve them on buns, but thinking of how it looks,
It'd be
it's
very
like,
tall.
yes.
You have to cut it to eat it, maybe?
Yes, and it just doesn't sit the right way, you know? Because it's like, imagine this round object on two flat pieces. So for most of it, you're just biting bread until you get to the center, you know?
But you're imagining this because you've never had one.
Well, I've had my mom make these.
She makes them.
I have never had my grandmother's. But
is there any seasoning in there?
That's the thing. I don't know. I know she would always like chop up onions and put them inside.
That's seasoning.
But as far as like
that's nice.
other spices or
Well, that's
seasoning,
good.
I'm not sure.
Most people
But I know
just do burgers
onions
with
are in
nothing.
it. Yes.
Oh, onions are in there. That's nice.
Yeah.
Fun.
Yeah.
And do they put cheese on top? No.
Yeah, so you could put cheese on
Cheeseburger?
top. Yeah, to turn into a cheeseburger.
Harvey cheeseburger?
A Harvey cheeseburger. But I'm just also thinking of this too because my mom, well, I would say all of the women on my mom's side of the family, they just have massive hands.
Huh, but your hands are not so big.
Mine are very like short and stumpy. I don't know
they're
who.
Beautiful. They're
Thank
beautiful.
you. I don't know who I get them from.
But they have big ones.
But yeah, like my grandma just had big hands. And so I am just envisioning her like smashing
Big burger.
these big burgers with her hands because her hands were just huge. But like my mom, my aunts, they have big hands too.
And then they would. Do you remember your mom? She would cook it in the cast iron skillet.
Yeah, so that would be in the skillet. I don't think I've ever seen her put them in the oven. It's mostly just skillet.
That burger, yeah.
Yeah, and then covering it so that like acts kind of like an oven a little bit.
Yeah, because if you've got a really big burger to
it's gonna take forever to cook in the middle. Yeah.
Oh, so interesting.
Yeah.
Well, I remember this is so interesting. The Harvey burger. You also told me in one of our conversations about the candy jar.
Yes. So that is just like, I want to say it's just an elderly thing.
Okay.
But
were there other treat jars or like cookies or like were there any like? Do you remember any sweets or treats growing up from anyone in your family?
So with my grandma, she was definitely one to have the candy jar.
Yeah.
But my aunt Heavenly, when we would go to her house, she definitely kept that candy jar tradition or the candy cabinet. But she used to always have like baked goods as well. But they were just like store bought. Like, she always has a pie or something or a cake at her house or little mini donuts or something.
Did you eat Entenmann's? Like that was the
brand.
Yes,
so that brand, yes.
My mom always used to buy those little donuts or the Danish something. Or the cookies. They had cookies too.
They had cookies, yeah.
Chocolate chip.
That brand, I would say my aunt always had something by them. If it was a pie, it was just like from Safeway or
right, because they didn't
Giant or something. But yeah, intimate, always because of the cursive, I'm like, oh, this is entertainment. It does not say entertainment.
That's what you thought it was?
As a kid, yes. Just like perusing it.
I don't know if it exists anymore.
I think
it does.
They
Maybe
do.
At Giant.
Yeah, you can find it probably at select grocery stores.
Yeah.
But having sweets and stuff. I don't know
pie?
if it was.
I think did you guys ever eat like sweet potato pie with a special pies that for
I did
Thanksgiving?
not like pie growing up.
Oh, you didn't like it.
It was mostly a texture thing for me.
Yeah.
But I love it now.
That's so interesting.
I think in my family, we always had both. I know there are some people that are very strict about sweet potato pie is not the same as pumpkin pie. To me, and I might be controversial. I am controversial saying this. To me, they taste very similar.
They do.
They taste very similar.
And I like them both, but they are similar.
If someone wants to take my black card, I'm willing to give it away. They taste very similar to me. I'm prepared to be canceled. To some people, they're like, no.
That's sacrilegious.
No. How could you say something like that? It reminds me of
They look different though. The color is slightly different.
So pumpkin pie is definitely more
darker,
orange.
Yeah.
The sweet potato pie, it's an orangey brown that's a little darker.
Yeah.
And sometimes you can see like the flecks of cinnamon or whatever like spices they put into it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would say we would have like sweet potato pie and pumpkin pie.
You have both.
Yeah.
I was gonna ask you about the weekly tea time that we're having in the gallery, and I know that we decided to for the opening. We had this turmeric ginger tea, and we'll be having that at tea time, and it's because you had it. So like talk about that and like the flavors and like how do you think the gallery experience maybe changes or doesn't because we're offering a cup of tea?
Yeah, so I have always been a very big tea drinker, but my family is like hardcore coffee drinkers.
See, it's so weird because I'm a tea drinker.
Yeah.
We're both tea drinkers.
So, like, one of the images that will be on the, like, cardigan jacket that I've been making are coffee beans.
Yeah.
Because, like, when I used to go to my grandma's house, her house always smells like coffee, whether she's making it or not. And it didn't smell like regular coffee. It smells like her coffee. Whatever blend or other things that she's putting in it. Her house always smelled like coffee, but I've always been a tea person.
So you didn't drink her coffee?
No, because I just...
You didn't like it? You didn't like it?
Yeah, especially as a kid, I didn't like it. And then when I finally had it older, it was like, not for me. Huh. But I drink it, though.
Yeah.
But it isn't something that I buy. If it's there, sure, I'll have it. But tea, I've always really liked tea. I'm trying to think. In high school, I was a big black tea drinker, of just like honey or sugar. I really love this hibiscus tea that Starbucks carried. They sell it both hot and cold. I think their most popular way is like in one of their refreshers. They have it cold.
It's kind of red, right? The color, yeah.
Yeah. So I really like hibiscus tea or ginger tea. My aunt Heavenly really got me on that. She used to have this honey ginger tea that she had at her house, like when I was living with her for a period. But turmeric ginger tea, I think I'd had it before, and I just know it's like healthy for you.
Because you were telling me about it, and that's what we had.
Yeah.
We got the idea to order it for our opening.
So I definitely just kind of am always open to trying things. Like I love peppermint tea as well. And that's like good for like cramps, and hibiscus is really good for cramps too.
Oh, really? Good to know.
And so, yeah, for some reason I was at the grocery store and I just saw this turmeric ginger tea, and I really like ginger. So I was like, hey, why not try it? But the brand that I got specifically, it was really good because I always have to put some type of sweetener in the tea. Like personally, I know that is like a make or break as well. Some people are like,
I always put sugar on it.
You have to drink tea the way that it tastes. Like you're corrupting the tea. You're changing it if you put sugar in or honey. I am not going to die on that hill. I always put honey and sugar in mine.
Me too.
But I know that's controversial to some tea drinkers. But that brand just tastes so good, like even without it. So I was just drinking it plain. And yeah, I was like, when we had the show, I figured why not? But I know like turmeric is very big in your culture as well.
Yeah. I don't think people make tea with it necessarily, but it's used in cooking.
Okay, cooking a lot.
Most food has turmeric in it, and it's also used for a lot of rituals.
Yeah.
So because it signifies cleansing and renewal, and new beginnings. It's supposed to be detoxifying.
Exactly. That's what I've always heard of people.
It's good for you. It's anti-inflammatory and stuff too. So
people use it like in food, but I know there are people
like curry. The curry is yellow because of turmeric. You know, that's what they
put it even in some like skincare items as well, because I think it's just good for you.
Yeah. So you people put it on their skin. I mean, there's like a ritual in Bangladesh and other parts of South Asia where before you get married, you get anointed with turmeric paste. It's supposed to make you glow.
I like that.
But they the tea thing I thought it was really good. I hadn't actually had it before. And this tea that we had chunks of turmeric.
Yeah, the chunks of turmeric and the ginger in there. It was really good. And I think having it at the I remember the opening, like immediately when you came into the gallery, you could just smell it.
Yeah, smell the turmeric.
Yeah, and I thought that was so cool because obviously the stage just looks cool the way that the art is installed. But then having that sensory element as well. And I think just turmeric being like this cultural spice.
It's used all over the world.
Yeah. Like,
they use it in Hawaii. They use it in Africa.
I thought it was just a really nice element to add to it with the smell. And it's like, okay, you have this work that is about our culture. And now you have like the sensory cultural element as well.
And we have a lot of yellow in the show.
Yeah.
So turmeric, is yellow. But in Bengali, the word for turmeric is holud, which is the same as the color, yellow.
Okay.
So we use the same word.
I got you.
It's like,
like orange.
Like orange.
Yeah.
It's
Orange is orange.
Orange is orange and turmeric is yellow.
Yeah, I got you.
So, but we use a lot of yellow in this show, so it actually is kind of.
It picks up.
Picks up the color. So how did you think people reacted to that? Because that's not normal. Normally you have like wine or like sparkling water at an opening.
I thought that it just felt very wholesome. And also, like, obviously it's cold outside. Right. So it's nice to have warm things.
Yes.
But I think for me, when I drink tea, I don't know what other people experience. But for me, I drink a lot of tea to just calm down. Just having something warm inside just really helps to regulate my nervous system and just kind of center and be normal and functioning. So I thought that was a really cool element to have, to also have people just sit with the artwork as they're taking it in versus just being like, what is the word? Not a passerby, but like you're just seeing these things on autopilot. Yeah. Like you can really center yourself in the gallery.
Yeah, especially when we're having our tea times on Friday, which is smaller groups. Smaller people.
Yeah,
and we have chairs for people. We have chairs.
Yeah, very communal. Yeah, I think that was a really good idea.
What's going to be continuing? And then I just wanted to ask you, I think we can end with this one. We're planning to have this public conversation. Like these are just the two of us where people will be actually seeing us live conversing, and a heritage meal soon. And I mean, I think that was something we had planned to do. And let's just, I just wanted to hear you talk about like why it's important, like in both of our cultures, to like eat with people or like share a meal.
Yeah, I think it's always just about community and belonging, whether you are someone that might be ethnically or religiously or whatever tied to their community or not. I think people just always bond over food, you know, you're eating, you feel fulfilled, but then, just having conversations over meals are really important. Yeah, I just think it's really cool to just experience different cultures as well. And just to be immersed in it, where you're seeing things, you're smelling things, but you're tasting things as well. I don't know. What do you have?
I mean, I think obviously food is important in many cultures, but I think it's from what I've observed. I mean, it's definitely like, in Bengali culture, food is a very like, you always offer people food. Yeah. You know, and
if you go to people's homes and stuff.
And so eating together and like the food thing, there's almost an obsession over food.
Oh, really?
There's an obsession over food. It's like, it's like people. It's a very foodie culture, but I've also heard that in African American culture, like eating together and like having these big family meals. You were mentioning your aunt, like every Sunday, because she's cooking for all of you, and it's like a thing of it's a showing of love. And like community.
If you go to people's homes, we wouldn't always. When we would we would have Thanksgiving at my aunt's house. We would have New Year's or like Easter. There were definitely times where we would sit around the table, but I don't think that's always a necessity.
Yeah, people are coming in and out.
But just people, like a lot of my family would come in and out, but you always offer people food, or people are taking like plates home with them or something, because it's just normal. Like that's just a cultural norm, you know? If you go to someone's house and you don't offer them something, like, it's just rude, you know. You always want to be hospitable, and I think that's definitely a big thing across different cultures. I have a Korean friend who was telling me about like if you run out of food.
Embarrassing that is.
Like embarrassing, where it's like, oh, you'll be shunned by the family. Because they were telling me that happened to an aunt of theirs. And it's not even, everything is gone, but just if something is gone, at least that's the way that I interpret it. And people are at your house and like you're hosting.
Even one thing is finished, it's bad. Oh my gosh.
Oh my goodness. So food is definitely a big thing in hospitality.
Yeah.
Yeah, across cultures.
Yeah, it's true. Well, it should be interesting to see what we come up with. Well, I think we'll end it here, and then we're going to do another one, I think, before the show ends and see where it goes. Thank you so much. It was so interesting. I learned so much stuff.
Thank you.